Alright, this is a revised video of the previous video. We're going to talk about how we can improve our three types of health. So we have the body, which is the physical. We have the mind, which is our thoughts and our brain. And then we have the soul. We usually think about the physical aspects of health when we think about health, and we often overlook our mental health and our spiritual health. So what we want to do is we want to try to create a balance with our mental health, our physical health, and our spiritual health. And I had to redo the video because I couldn't see the text, and that's okay. So I'll break it down to the following. So you have your physical body is going to have a lot to do with like what's going in your body. What are you eating? What are you consuming? Consumption also can apply to our mind. What are our thoughts? What are we listening to on a daily basis? And then also our soul. How well are we connected? So how can we improve each of these? Well, there's a few different things, and it's very simple once you make the commitment and you become involved with changing your lifestyle. And I promise you that once you do that, your well-being will increase and you will feel better about living and what you're doing. So we'll go over some of the things that I talked about before. And some of the questions that you might want to ask yourself is, what is going in my body, which is like the diet? What am I thinking? What are my thoughts? What am I listening to? How can I become more connected to the source, which that's like spiritual is the source, the root source. So we'll go over some of the things. So mindful reading. You want to be reading things that are going to help you. You don't want to be reading things that are negative or things that really don't have a strong basis to help you. And that's like mindful reading. And I deleted the text, that's okay. So when we get into the diet aspect of it, we want to watch what we eat, because what we eat is going to affect how we feel, what we think, and even how we're connected. So the diet is very important. And I always think about the father of medicine, Hippocrates. Remember the quote, "Let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food." Very, very good Stoic quote. So we want to watch eating processed foods, watch our intake of a lot of salt, a lot of processed sugar. When you go into like a convenience store, or even like a grocery store, they're trying to get you to buy like cheap beer, chips. I don't have a problem with chips once in a while. And these, it's on every angle, these high sugar foods. And if you are involved with that, many years of doing those things, it will take a toll on you. So the sooner that you make the transition, the easier it will become, and you will see a difference when you make the transition. Another thing that we can do is pray and meditate. It doesn't require a lot of time. You could do it for maybe 5 to 15 minutes a day. Some people don't really know how, but you have to ask for external help because the human form can't do it. You can't do it alone. And often people think that they can do it alone without the external force. And you'll become thirsty spiritually if you are lacking that aspect. Another thing that helps us is getting solid sleep. So that's important for our physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. And to me, sleep is like a process where we go to our slowest metabolic rate, slowest heart rate, it slows down, so it's actually healing. So sleep is healing the body. And we want to heal our body every day from what we're involved with, because if we don't heal our body and get that rest, then we're going to see a difference. So getting that sleep in itself to me is like a form of meditation, because we're turning off when we go to sleep, and that's okay. Another thing that we can do is do something you enjoy, something that's mindful. Could be artwork, play an instrument, I spelled that wrong. Okay. Writing, crossword puzzles, cooking, and so on. So those things are going to help you with your mind, and they're going to keep you engaged and assist you in all of this. Another thing in today's world that will help us, which this one's a little bit difficult, is less screen time. TV, cell phone, computers, could be video games. So we're always looking at our phones, we're always on the computer. A lot of people like to watch a lot of TV, and really, you can put a limit on your screen time. You'll see a difference. And I understand that a lot of people have to use their phones for work or use their computers for work, and that can be difficult to change the pattern and change the rhythm. And just try to put a minimum on that, and you'll see a difference. And if we're always staring at this white light or the bright blue lights, and we try to go to bed, and we've been in that for maybe 12 to 16 hours, and we try to shut off, we're not going to be able to shut off, because we're going to be laying there in bed seeing that bright light. So that can actually affect the sleep as well. So a very simple thing is go for a walk. Go with a friend. Walk your dog. Or even go by yourself. And by doing this, you're going to get fresh air and sunshine. And I promise you, you will feel better during and after. So air is important. Sunshine is important. Good old vitamin D. It's the best sources from the sun. There's also supplements, but I have a personal preference on that. You can also get it with, I think it's milk, whole milk, but really the sun, just get a little sunshine. That's what the old people used to say is go get you some fresh air and sunshine. You'll see a difference. So and another thing that you can do is drink more water. And I know that sounds really simple, but if you're drinking all these sugary drinks all day, like soda and Slurpees or whatever, that's actually going to create dehydration. And you're going to be craving some more things to drink. And what do the people usually do? They go back and they drink more soda and they just sit around and all that sugar and just creating a state of dehydration and not getting the water. So you got to get that water, and it'll actually make you feel fuller when you drink more water, and you'll actually feel better. And that can also help you. So another thing is try to avoid eating like big meals in the day, because that can also affect your ability to go to sleep, and your body has to metabolize all that energy that you consume if you eat like a big buffet and then like try to go to bed, and may affect your sleep as well. So all these things are connected and they really influence one another. And finally, we got to clean up physical, mental, and spiritual. Spiritual clutter is if you're disconnected from the source. So physical clutter is, people like to be materialistic and have all these things, and I'm not against having things, but we live in a time where it's like this fast-paced society, and it's all about me, and that's hard to break that too. And you do have to focus on yourself, but it's like this almost this very selfish programming that we have in society, unfortunately. And but you can steer clear of that. Just try to clean up things around you, and take something to Goodwill, or donate some shirts, or clean out your closet, or clean up the trash around you, and you'll instantly feel better. So that'll affect your mind and your spirit clutter. And finally, personal hygiene can help you. If you're cleaner, you will feel better. So it's simple as like taking a shower, taking a bath, getting a haircut, taking care of your nails, just taking care of your body. So all these things will really help you in the long run, and they all go together. But I wanted to make the video so you could see some of the things that I was typing, and also throw in some other ideas. So hopefully this has helped you, and I may do a similar video here in the future, but that should get you started, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.